Is this the most idyllic neighborhood that Norfolk has to offer? Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. This is the Living in Coastal Virginia channel where we talk about everything live, work, play, good, bad, ugly of the coastal Virginia area. My name is Dan Inman. I'm a local realtor here in the area. And if you do me a huge favor, hit that like button down at the bottom at the end of this if I've earned it. If you'd like to see more content like this, learning more about the area, you can hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification will let you know when we drop new content just like this. If we can help as much as we love making this content, we'd love more to help you with your real estate needs. That's what we do on a day in, day out basis. I'm the real estate side, my wife's the loan side, and we would love to help your family make that transition in or out of the area as smooth and easy as possible. Let's talk about Larchmont Edgewater over by ODU. Larchmont is easily one of the best neighborhoods, or maybe not the best. Let's put it as most desirable. It is really close, just for location-wise. It's just north of ODU, all along the water here on the Lafayette River. There is a ton of green space. As you can see behind me, there are lots of old growth trees, super quiet back here. Other than when there's an ODU football game going on, there's generally always a nice, peaceful, kind of serene sense around the entire neighborhood. Most people, I would say, that are looking to move into this neighborhood are basically looking for something close to ODU. Let's say they teach over there, or they work at Naval Station Norfolk. That's where I used to go when I was a young military man. So there's lots of military officers and young military families in this neighborhood. Plenty of people who service and work here at Norfolk International Port. The neighborhood was actually named after the Treaty of Ghent, which was the kind of the signifying of the war, the end of the War of 1812 with the UK, and was named that by the landowner at the time. And then the Larchmont Edgewater was eventually developed as kind of an upscale neighborhood for all of the wealthy downtown business owners and businessmen. They originally actually had to come down Hampton Boulevard in a trolley to actually get to this neighborhood. Most of the news around that time actually thought that it was going to fail. Well, as you can see, it is a wonderful, gorgeous neighborhood now. Almost all of the neighborhood is lined with crepe myrtles and magnolia trees. During certain seasons of the year, it's just pink and white and it's absolutely gorgeous. There's even a lot of the neighborhood still has the original granite curbs along the sides of the streets, which is just a really cool touch. Another major reason why people are looking at moving into this area is going to be Larchmont Elementary. It's probably the highest rated elementary school in the area, and it's a public school. Right next door to that is St. Pat's Catholic School. It's a private school, also extremely highly rated and highly desirable. Like I've mentioned in several of my videos about the Elizabeth River Trail, it actually starts over by the Tide Stadium, runs all the way along the water, and actually runs through Larchmont right here along on my right-hand side, Upper Brandon Place. All right, so Dan, if I wanted to move into this area, what kind of price points can I expect? So the general across the board average for the entire neighborhood is right around the kind of 430, 440, 450 range. There are a few condos that are right along Bowling, right across the street from the St. Pat's School, that are pretty high end. They really start right around the 300s and go up from there. What I would say is like entry level for the neighborhood. There are some homes that can start right around the 275, 300,000 range, but really those are going to be the ones that are the closest by ODU, which is where the closest student housing, and close to the Old Dominion Stadium for noise reasons, and then also along Hampton Boulevard. You know, Larchmont Edgewater split right down the center with that Hampton Boulevard main strip there, which has a ton of traffic going up and down it. So if you're wanting to get into the school district or this type of neighborhood and can deal with the traffic, you might be able to find a deal right along those areas. But really, if you're looking for, like I said, the average is kind of right around that 430, 450 range. You obviously can go up from there. There are some gorgeous homes all the way up in the $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 range. But if you want the best of what Larchmont Edgewater has to offer, you're going to want to be on the water or a spot with a decent amount of land. There are those kind of really right around 900,000 plus, edging up into the 1.1, 1.2, 1.3 million dollar range. Most of the neighborhood was built before 1950. The average square footage for the neighborhood is right around kind of like 2,500 square feet, 3 to 4 bedrooms, 2 to 3 baths. Because the neighborhood is quite old, many of the homes don't have true dedicated masters. There are a lot of people who have gone through and renovated and done that. So you'll want to make sure you pay attention to that as you're going throughout the neighborhood. There are older homes that don't, have the smaller closets and, maybe the smaller master bathroom or shared bathroom for the master. So if you want to edge up there in price, you can get more home for the money. But just know that when you're getting into these older, more established neighborhoods that were developed before 1940, back then they didn't have open concept floor plans. Just a few other notable mentions for things to look out for in this neighborhood when you're looking for homes. A big one is going to be knob and tube wiring. Now, granted, a lot of them have that. They've been there for over 100 years. It hasn't burned down since. But a lot of insurance companies actually will not provide insurance for knob and tube, so if it's active. So you want to make sure you get a good home inspection, know the risk associated with that. And then if it does have knob and tube, go ahead and plan for the replacement. In this market, it's going to be very difficult. We're in an extreme seller's market here in the summer of 2021. So you may just have to put up with it and then budget for it further down along the lines. But you want to make sure you find an insurance carrier that can actually cover that. Flood insurance is another one that, I'd say 2/3 of the neighborhood is in a good flood zone, meaning you don't require flood insurance, but another third to half, depending on where you are in the neighborhood, is going to require flood insurance. My house, which does have a basement, and I actually live here in Larchmont, does have a basement. My flood insurance policy is right around $1,200 a year. I am in a flood zone. It's not that bad. I have 2 sump pumps because I've taken some flood mitigation methods to my home. It's offset some of that cost, and it's not too bad, and I love my basement. I'm not filling it in. So what's nearby? What's close? Right down the street is Old Dominion University. I know quite a few Old Dominion professors that live in the neighborhood. There's quite a few business owners and engineers and doctors that live in the neighborhood. So mentioning doctors, we have Centera and CHKD, which is about 12 minutes away. You've got Bon Secours Medical Center, which is off of Granby Street, which is about 12 minutes away. You have shopping all of North and South Collie, which is right down the street. A few notable mentions on North Collie, which is kind of in, I would call it, what would you call it, a revitalization period. North Collie is basically turning over, and South Collie is kind of expanding into it. So lots of shopping. There's 2 breweries that have come up, Elation Brewing and Reaver Beach Brewing. You have Dirty Buffalo, which was started here on North Collie and is currently under renovation, so you may see that one under renovations on the B-roll. Le Grand Kitchen, which is a fantastic little hole-in-the-wall spot. They have an amazing burger and will actually dry-age steaks that you can buy from them and go pick them up. They run out quickly, though, so you want to make sure you hit them early. Let's see what else we have. Starving Artist Cafe, which is right down the street, and then Coach Stagehouse Bar and Grill. When it comes to grocery shopping, you have basically 4 options. You have 2 Harris Teeters, one in Ghent, which is not very far away, one at Ward's Corner, which is the intersection of Granby and Little Creek. There's an ABC store there, a Chipotle there as well. And then you've also got Aldi on 21st Street, which is kind of like your staples of like your bread and eggs and milk and some of the off brands that are there, and they have discounted produce. And then you have Fresh Market, which is more of the upscale kind of boutique grocery shopping experience. So really, I mean, if you're looking for a neighborhood that has old homes and old architecture, that has a really good, deep sense of community, there's always people out and about walking in this neighborhood. Most of the people that come here and stay here for a long period of time. You got bungalows and colonial and Cape Cods, and there are some ranches in here that are absolutely gorgeous, have those old kind of world touches on architectural details that you miss on some of the newer homes. You have the running path that goes through Larchmont. This is just a gorgeous, quiet, low crime area that's super desirable by a lot of the locals. So, hey, if I mentioned anything in here you disagree with, or did I leave anything out that you think I should have mentioned about Larchmont, let me know down below in the comments. And do me a huge favor, if I did earn it at the end of this, hit that like button. If you'd like to see more content like this, you can hit the subscribe and the little bell notification. You'll be notified every time we drop new content like this. And as much as I love making content like this for you and your family, we do real estate. So I work on the real estate side, my wife works on the mortgage side. We'd love to make that transition in and out of the area as smooth and easy and painless as possible. All of our contact information is down below. You can reach us there. Our team is the ones that respond to that, and we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, take care.